Okay, guys, welcome to today's lesson. We're going to carry on with regards to where we left off last time. And we're starting, obviously, looking at the investigative side around the community project, so particularly around what you guys could actually do in order to take action. Please, if you haven't done so already, can you share your mind map with me? All you need to do is actually make me a collaborator so that I can actually come in and actually see what you've created. So please, if you haven't done that already, that'll be fantastic. Also, I would want to make sure that you have got a copy of this mind map now in your process journal as evidence. So please take a photograph of this and add it to your blog. Just going to quickly show you one right now. Yuzu and her group shared with me. This is the sort of thing I'm expecting from you. I think this is an absolutely fabulous mind map. You can see they've covered all the kind of key areas, the key things they're looking at globally around the world that they're concerned about, things in school, things that bother them in around Hong Kong and China, their local community, we've got within the environment, and then communities that they are part of. Okay, so this is a really, really outstanding example of what I want you guys to have produced. Okay, so well done to you guys. Just bear with me as I go back. One of the activities I wanted you to do, and I'm going to give you a little bit more time to do this, is looking at what was the impact in your community, and particularly asking people. Now, I know this can be a bit challenging right now with the way Hong Kong is, but obviously you can ask friends who live in your building, maybe other family members that live in your building, people that you are regularly in contact with. If you're happy to go and speak to some strangers, fantastic. But please don't do anything that you shouldn't be doing here. The idea is what we want to do next week is we're going to have a bit of a review session about how challenging some of these tasks actually are. What were some of the issues you faced when you went out and did some interviews? You're going to have to do more and more of this later on, hopefully, when the situation gets better in Hong Kong. So it's a good way of actually starting to practice things now. Okay, so if you didn't get that done as part of your mind map tasks, please can we do that this week? We're going to look today about types of action and get more in the ideas about what you are going to do to take action. Remember, the key purpose of this is for you as a group to have a positive impact in your community. Your outcome could be one of 4 areas, okay, that's linked to either direct service, indirect service, advocacy, or research. And we'll talk a bit more about what those 4 things mean. If we're looking at those types of actions now, direct service is when you are directly involved in some kind of action where you are working with maybe a group of people, maybe with animals, but you're having an immediate impact. So, for example, you might be working for a charity who does extracurricular reading for children in poverty. Okay, you might go and work spend some time with cycling stray dogs or something and take dogs for a walk and things like that. You might go and spend some time in the elderly home, talking to elderly people. You're having a direct impact on those people, you as a person. Okay, indirect service, you're still out there doing things, but you're not having that real sort of point-to-point contact with people. So you could be doing a collection drive. Maybe you're collecting stationery, maybe you're collecting clothing for disadvantaged people. That will then go to them, which is going to help them. All right. You might be developing a garden within school. Okay, you could be part of the gardening club and looking at how you're going to make the school a greener and healthier environment. Okay, you're not physically working with the students, but hopefully in doing so, that will have a positive impact on people. Okay. We can also look at advocacy. This is where you are advocating for a cause. You are standing up around an issue. Now, you might do this in terms of trying to make people either aware or educate them about an issue. Okay, so if we were in school, you might actually go and talk to your form group, maybe your year group, about an issue, explaining them this is what your concerns are. This is the problem. This is what we can do to help. Okay, you might have a petition. Okay, you might set up a petition for looking at the pink dolphins, banning the ivory trade, whatever it might be. Okay, you're advocating for something that you believe in. The final way is research. Now, research is you out there conducting some primary research that will help an organization make a positive impact. So you might be gathering, say, data for the World Wildlife Fund. Okay, you might go out and do a bug count for the Nature Conservancy. Okay, you're collecting data to help support an organization. Okay, now, in terms of where we are right now and the situation in Hong Kong, the two easiest ways of taking action are linked to sort of advocacy and research. Now, I'm not saying to you shouldn't go out and do direct research, service or indirect service, but just think in terms of the current climate, how easy some of those might be. Hopefully it's going to get easier, but please don't go and sign yourself up for anything if you don't have your parents' permission, okay? I don't want you running around Hong Kong collecting bread in the middle of the night when we've got protests on, okay? It's not really a safe, viable thing for you guys to be doing. Advocacy, on the other hand, is something that's very easy for you to do, okay? You're going to try and get your message across, okay? You can't just simply put your ideas on the internet and hope that people are going to read them, okay? The same as if you created a documentary film, okay? You can't just upload it to YouTube and hope for the best. You have to demonstrate that your film or your website has had an impact on people, okay? Now, the only way you're going to know that is if you show them the film, you have a film screening or something, okay? Or you are presenting, as I said, to your form, to your school, to your community. You then will be able to survey people afterwards in terms of what they knew before, what they know now, and see that it has had an impact on them, okay? Research, again, research is not you on the internet collecting information, okay? Not in the terms of this when we're talking about service, okay? This is you gathering data to help people, okay? You know, when you kind of see, you might cross a bridge and you've got all those guys with clipboards and they're trying to get you to say, you know, write something for, you know, the WWF, or, you know, you sometimes see people doing traffic counts to see how busy roads are at certain times of day. That's gathering information. It's primary data that they are gathering, okay? So that's what we would be looking at there, okay? But those are some things to think about. Now, tasks for you today. First thing I want you to start thinking about is go back to your mind map, and I want you to choose one of the communities and one of the needs that you sort of can identify yourself with the most, okay? So this is an individual task. You'll see up on the task here, you know, you'll see this icon if it's an individual activity. If you see this process journal icon, it means it needs to be written up in your process journal, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to take that community or take that need, and you're going to answer the 5 W questions: the what, the when, the what, the where, the when, the who, and the why, okay? You're going to answer those questions in your process journal now, okay? So that's your first task. Building on from that, again, this is still an individual task, okay? You are now going to create a spider diagram And I'd like you to do this, to hand draw this. Okay, so I want you to do it neat and tidily, because this is going to go into your process journal. You're going to hand draw this, okay? And you're going to start looking at how you might take action. So you're going to brainstorm all the different ways that you could take action around your issue. Now, on the right-hand side, there is a series of ways that you could go about taking action. Okay, some examples down below: to raise awareness, research, inform, create. This is kind of very generalized. I want more specific ideas. Okay, so within here, you've got a huge number of ideas that you could do in order for taking action. Okay, so remember, this is your own personal ideas for now. What we'll then do is you guys will then get together. Okay, and you need to do this between now and next lesson. And you need to start thinking about sharing your ideas. Okay, in fact, you know what? We'll do this at the start of next lesson. Okay, so at the start of the next lesson, we're going to do so. We'll get you guys together. We'll get you brainstorming, and we'll put you in a breakout room, and you guys can share your ideas here. Okay, so think about just think about in terms of right now developing as many ideas as you can about your community project in terms of ways that you could take action.